If I compare Bitcoin to world liquidity, though, it does 105% better each year than the debasement. I mean, that's a huge difference from world stocks, which aren't doing anything and are probably going down. Another famous macro analyst who used to work at Goldman Sachs and is now called Raoul is very optimistic about the prices of crypto assets in 2024 and 2025 before the cycle ends. This is how a lot of crypto fans feel too. He believes that all crypto assets will be worth $12 trillion, which is 4 times what they are worth now, which is around $2.65, $2.7 trillion. The prices of many coins are likely to reach new all-time highs very soon. Powell wants the BTC price to reach $200,000 before December 24, 2025. It makes sense that when the price of Bitcoin goes up this much, it would also affect the prices of other cryptocurrency. This is why Powell is even more excited about well-known cryptocurrencies like Solana and Ethereum. Powell thinks that Ethereum will rise. He used to work at Goldman Sachs. He peak at $8,000 a token, and Solana will price peak at $11,000 a token. He thinks that crypto assets and tech stocks will do well in general. He thinks these are the only things that will really do well in this age of exponential growth. There is no doubt that crypto is the best way for regular people to make money ever. People can not only avoid losing value with paper money, but they can also spread their investments out in a way that they can't do with any other type of object. You can watch parts of Powell's most recent video show where he talks about what he thinks will happen in 2024, and then some. To see more videos like this, please first like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post alerts. You can also join the conversation by typing your thoughts and opinions below. Nothing you do hurts the channel or the way YouTube works. That's a big difference in how much you can buy in the future, which is why this is a very valuable thing. I'll talk about more of this in a bit. But we know for sure that tech stocks are in a secular bull market because they're 97.5% linked and have been going up a lot over time. But this is an important picture to look at when you compare NASDAQ to Bitcoin. In a broad sense, this means that NASDAQ is the best performing stock market in the world. But if you compare it to Bitcoin, NASDAQ has done 99.93% worse since this time of debasement. Just think about that. It keeps going. That's a 45% drop in performance every year. It's clear that we're going to hit new lows, and this picture will show that. The world is being eaten by Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I call this the supermassive black hole when I compare Bitcoin to other assets. They all look the same. All of them are down 99.9% or more. And then I look at how much Bitcoin is worth compared to Ethereum or Solana. There you can pick the horse you think is the best. That's why I picked Solana this time. But to put it simply, crypto is the enormous black hole. When danger is taken into account, this is the asset that goes up in value the fastest and most quickly. What's making this happen? The debasement of the currency is clearly what's causing this. But why are there also 105% extra gains on top of that? This chart is it. This means that there are 5 million IP users on the internet and 5 million active wallets in crypto. Yes, I know that neither of them is perfect, but I'm not trying to find the perfect one. What I want is to understand. We saw the internet grow at 76% a year for 8 years, then slow down to 43% a year after that. This was the world's fastest acceptance of technology ever. Crypto has been rising at a rate of 137% per year. It now has 516 million users, up from 187 million on the internet at the same point. In the end, we thought that crypto would just grow more slowly, like the internet. That's not likely to happen. It seems like it would go faster. But by the end of 2025, we'll have 1.1 billion people. That's twice as fast as the internet grew. Powell shares a chart that was first shared by Jiron Timmer, who is the head of macro at Fidelity Investments. The chart shows the huge possibilities that crypto offers after 2024. Timmer says the chart shows the risk-reward chart for the pandemic-post-pandemic age between 2020 and 2023, which helps to put Bitcoin's volatility in context. The risk-to-reward ratio for different asset classes and alternative asset classes is shown. For example, gold, cash, treasury, inflation-protected stocks tips are one example. The SP index is the best of the rest, but Bitcoin changes everything. This chart shows the risk-to-reward ratio of some other investments that don't have Bitcoin in them. This chart shows the same thing with Bitcoin in it. Bitcoin is clearly different from everything else. In Powell's video, he talks more about the huge chances that have opened up because of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here's one more movie clip. And because this is a network and the codes are to do with your part in the network, they get really high. It's really that easy. It's called Metcalfe's Law. If you have the biggest technological trend in the history of any asset class, you will make a lot of money if it stays strong. This is why it's the most important macro trend ever. But it keeps going. If we use the growth of the internet as a guide, and we slow down the rate of growth of crypto to match the rate of growth of the internet going forward, we'll have 4 billion people by 2030. That's half of the people in the world. Now, is this all right? So far, everything has gone really well. This map has been here for 5 years, but let's say it's not. No matter what, these numbers are just crazy. The adoption curve is what you see on the log chart of Bitcoin over time. This is why the sell-offs, even though they sound scary down 75%, are just short-term changes in the overall trend, and the growth keeps adding up over time. That's why I think this picture of all the asset markets since 2011 is so funny. It shows how strongly this impacts growth. You have the standard NASDAQ, etc., etc. Let's look at the NASDAQ, which has gained 17% since 2011 and is 800% higher than the 12% drop in the value of the dollar in 2011. That's a really smart purchase. What a great move to put money into the NASDAQ. Then we go up, take a look at Bitcoin at the top. Bitcoin has the worst performance every 3 years. It will be the world's best performing stock for the next 3 years in a row. And even with the scary drawdowns that everyone hates, the profits have added up to 20 million%. Bitcoin has gone up 450,000% since we first talked about it on Real Vision in 2014. The return on it every year is 139%. That blows my mind. A gift like this has never been given to us before. But if you look at the risk curve a little more closely, to younger cryptocurrencies, moving up the risk curve and the adoption curve, Ethereum comes out in 2016. Right off the bat, Monster comes back, causing huge drawdowns. Returns that grow over time 364,000% or 149% per year are better than Bitcoin. The last time around, Solana came out of the start and fell 94%. How do you find the added returns? 7,713%, which is a yearly growth of 200%. And yes, there has never been an asset class that did this well in history, even with the losses. That's why I always tell people you just want to buy and hold them. And you'll make even more money if you can make the right switch among the big ones as the next big network takes off. It's the biggest trade in history and the best gift we've ever received as consumers. This movie makes some strong points by Raoul, even if you don't agree with all of them. As we move faster into an exponential age where technology rules every field, things are changing quickly.